Do it. We're live. What's up, everybody? Let's give the good old slow Facebook a chance to catch up because I'm pretty sure I'm live in the group, but it's not showing just yet on my screen. All right, there I am. And let's catch up. Audio is working, so boom, we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Creative Crypto Show. Today is June 28th, 2018, and we got some good stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk about, what are we talking about? Signs that a full financial reboot may be on the horizon. Why now may be the absolute best time in history to buy gold. Actually, that's a pretty bold statement. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. That's what we're going to talk about today. Putin and Trump making some big secret moves. South Korea is revealing a new cryptocurrency regulatory guidelines. That's forward progress on their regard. Plus, giving away some more free Litecoin. So that's on the agenda for today, next few minutes on the show. If you're watching this in the Creative Crypto Facebook group and you would like to join the Zoom call and actually participate live, you can do so by clicking the link above. You're watching this on YouTube, that means the show's already over. You're just getting the recording. However, if you'd like to join us in the Facebook group, you can do so. Lots of stuff going on in there. Click the link down below in the description. Or if you're just happy watching here on YouTube and catching the show that way, that's fine as well. I appreciate you for doing that. While you're here, give me a like, give me a comment. More likes, more comments I get will equate to more organic views. However, I don't promote this show on YouTube ever. I haven't promoted it not once. So currently, not a lot of action going on the YouTube channel. Nonetheless, if you're watching it there, I'm very appreciative of you. And let's get into the show. Hang on, I need some water first. All right. So I covered what we're covering. Let me give a disclaimer. I'm not giving investment advice. I'm not giving financial advice, business advice, legal advice. I don't give advice. This is all like 100% just my opinion. All right. Now that opinion is formulated because I study a bunch of stuff and I look at different things, and it's formulated in in a variety of ways. But nonetheless, it's just my opinion. So take everything I say for what you will. Do your own research, do your own due diligence before you invest in any coin or anything, or whether you get into something or out of something. Just do your own research. Don't just take my word for something that I might say. So you know what, that Justin guy, he sure sounded passionate when he said I should put money in here. Don't go invest because of that. That's dumb. I've made investments in the past, those type of investment moves, and I've learned the hard way that that's not the best way to go about investing. There's a better way. Starts with do your own research. So that is that. I also like to start all of these shows with good news. So my good news for the day, let me actually just see if we have anybody else on here. I don't think so. So nobody live right now. So my good news for the day is that I've had a very productive morning thus far. Very productive, creative morning in my head. I'm working on some projects that I've been lacking the full clarity that I wanted around them, and not sure how they're. I'm building them. In the midst of building, I'm not really sure what the final outcome is going to look like. So that's a little bit of a discomfortable situation whenever you're building something creatively. And so this morning has been a very productive day for me in that regard. So a lot of the clarity that I've needed has come, and it makes the journey of building a lot more fun going forward. So, all right, let's get into the show. I'm going to share my screen really quick by clicking this other button and not that one. And not that. And not that either. All right, so give me just one moment. I have to grab my other laptop over here. All right, So I'll pull this up. That way I can give you guys a look at what we talked about yesterday comparatively as far as what's going on in the market. So hold tight. I'm sharing my screen, I promise. I promise. It's acting up on me here. Let me try it again. Cancel, share screen. Boom. All right, now we can see the screen. All right, so let me get my other one pulled up over here. That way we can see what was going on in the world yesterday as compared to today. So we're going to start the journey at coinmarketcap.com. And yesterday we had a crypto market cap of 251 billion. Today that's down a little bit to 245. All right, yesterday the 24-hour volume was 17.5 billion. That's way down today. It's 10 billion. This is as low as it's been in a while. 10 billion. Bitcoin dominance is up again today, 42.4. It was 42.2 yesterday, so just barely up. And then we've added 10 coins, 10 cryptocurrencies since yesterday. We've got 1,596 listed on this website. There's 1,586 yesterday. So that's the quick update there. Let me close this out. If we just look at the change 24-hour column, we see pretty good mix of red and green. So let's actually just sort really quick by green. And we see that most of it looks like half or better, maybe half green, half red. So this is kind of a normal midday. We're not all up, we're not all down. So look at the biggest winners the last 24 hours. You got Mithril up 31%, Digibyte up 14%. Those are the only two double-digit gainers for the day. Vertasium is up a little bit, however, it's still way down from where it should be. The biggest losers for the last 24 hours is Litecoin, down 7.74%. So not too big either direction. All right, if we just kind of do a price check, Bitcoin right around the $6,000 mark, $6,083. Ethereum, 434. Ripple in the number 3 spot, 45 cents. Bitcoin Cash, 700. EOS, 773. More bad news for EOS. Just, I mean, the headlines are continuing to come out. I would recommend getting out of EOS if you're in EOS as quickly as possible. It's just not looking good for that platform. Litecoin, $79. So that's kind of what's going on. Tether is now in the number 9 spot, just FYI. That's because they added to $250 million in coins, I believe, a couple of days ago, just out of thin air because they can. There's nobody that tells them they can't yet. So take that for what you will. That's what's going on in the crypto world. Let's move over to TradingView. I'm going to check the bond market, see how that is looking. Got a pretty good idea. Probably looking down. Gold is at 1251. 1251. All right. So we're on a little bit of a downward trend. That's expected will continue to go possibly a little bit low. I feel like the bottom is very near to where we're at right now. When you're looking at timelines, and it's getting close to a very critical spot. If you look at cycles, it's getting very close to a critical spot. If you look at technical analysis, it's getting close to a breakout spot. So there's a lot of factors going on here with gold. I do believe that gold is going to be one of the first new solutions. I don't feel like it's going to be the end-all long-term solution. However, I do believe that gold will increase in value quite significantly, and it will be one of the first to do so, I think, before silver and before cryptos really, really start to take off. Again, just my opinion. I believe that now, and I'll get into the world news side of things here in a moment and kind of just fill you know what's going on there. But with everything that's going on, it's lining up to be a really, really good time in the next couple of weeks to accumulate gold. And again, this is not advice. This is just what I'm planning on doing, what I'm doing. It's just my opinion. So take that for what it's worth. Let's go look at the BND, Vanguard Total Bond Market. This is a good representation of the US dollar. It's on its way down and dying right now. It's at 79. So that's a little bit up from yesterday. So we're going to see this kind of fluctuate and possibly go up. Might not see the next really solid downward trend until after like July 15th, 16th there. We're going to talk about the July 11th to 15th or 16th time frame because there's going to be some big moves globally that are made that have a big impact, and they're, you know, some of the bigger dominoes that we've been talking about are going to start falling, and so that is, I mean, this is just the green moves up on the Vanguard Total Bond Market are complete manipulated crap. Like it's just it's hanging on, like it's delaying it, like, and it's getting to the point, and this will continue until certain things happen, which certain things are not too far from happening. So let's look at silver. Silver today is also 1605, so also down. So again, I mean, you guys know my stance on this. I'm buying silver, gold, and cryptos. I think now, because I think gold's going to be the first to really see a boost. The move right now is kind of focused on gold. And I'm not, again, I mean, you guys have heard my stance on gold. I believe that there's a lot of gold in the world that we're not made aware of. However, the gold that we are made aware of and that we do know that exists, there's like, it's getting close to the time when a lot of that's going to start changing hands and changing ownership and basically being able to be utilized in a different way. And so, you know, all things set up for, like, you know, the gold-backed monetary system, that's, you know, that could very well make an appearance of some sort first, even before the big moves in silver and crypto. So again, just kind of what I'm paying attention to, and that's what's going on in the world of crypto, gold, silver, and the bond market. So now let's look at some more, talk about some world news, I guess. Let's see, how do I get off of this? Let's just go back to the Facebook group. That'll be fine. So world news, let's see, we've got, I mean, there's a full financial reboot that's on the horizon. You guys are not aware yet. That's what's coming. There's some criminal bombshells that are being held, that, I mean, what I mean here is like some news that could be released right now that's not being released right now from the good guys, about the bad guys. And I say good guys, bad guys. I mean, there's groups of people. It's just the way that it's the easiest way for me to identify and just kind of tell the story here. So there's some bombshells that have not been released, and they won't be released. We've got to, the good guys have to get complete financial control to the point where they can, where the bad guys don't have the control. And right now the bad guys still have financial control over a lot of areas, but that's dwindling daily. And so as the financial control kind of shifts a little bit from the bad guys to the good guys, we're also going to see kind of almost simultaneously criminal aspects, like the bad news about the bad guys coming out and like actual stuff being done, bad guys being put away and like and dealt with, and like just getting out of the picture. All right, so that's going to be taking place kind of simultaneously. So it's not going to be a really easy, pretty, smooth transition type of time. It's going to be, it's going to be a lot of stuff. A lot of people are going to be saying a lot of things, but just know that, a lot of people are going to start going to jail, and that will be like kind of a leading indicator also of the financial stuff. I think they're going to be coordinated pretty closely together, but the criminal side could lead that whole journey, so to speak. So a couple of other things to just be aware of, pay attention to in the world. Putin is basically about to do something major to probably to Ukraine. In the time frame here is right after the World Cup ends, which is like July 15th, I think, is the final day. I could be wrong on that, but the July 11th to July 15th time frame, that's an important period to watch. If you study cycles, and there's so many, you can Google this, there's so many different cycles that that people measure and study and have written out, and war cycles is one of them. And in a war cycle is there's a pivotal time frame that's coming up in that period. Just so happens to be right along with all of the other stuff that's coming down. So big things are happening. Watch for moves from Putin and Russia and Trump. There was news I posted in the group earlier today. Hey Jessica, hey Renee, glad you guys are here. I posted this one earlier today. Putin is making moves. Watch for some big moves around the end of the World Cup. So Trump is, and this was like them meeting up. Trump and Putin are working together essentially on putting in place things that will result in the world that we're all wanting and moving in towards. So if you see Trump actually ends up in Russia around this time frame, July 11th, 15th, towards the end of the World Cup, if you see Trump there in the news, like if that becomes mainstream news, then it's proof of what I'm saying here. Like it's that there's something that's going down, and everything is heading that way. So during this time, it's just important for everybody to be aware. You're going to hear lots of war cries, war drums being beaten. Lots of wars and talk of wars from a lot of different places. And so just expect that. I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's out there. The U.S. and NATO still, they've got some issues. NATO is still largely controlled by the bad guys, essentially, that make up the parts of the mafia that run everything, which I can't really talk too much about that side of things on this show, this particular platform, just because I don't want my account to get shut down. But the Rothschilds are essentially the bad guys. So the reason for this really high tension that's kind of happening right now is, let's see, several fronts by both U.S. and Russian armed forces that can dispose several governments and change world maps. So lots of military stuff to expect again in Ukraine, Israel, and also Mexico. So lots of stuff going down. Just pay attention. I mean, it's going to be a lot of crazy talk from all different sides. Just understand kind of what's going on, and the reason that all of this is important for us is because the financial reset is happening right alongside all of this, and a lot of the dominoes that are falling on the criminal side of it. They're dominoes that directly affect the the transition into the new, the disruption of the new system, the destruction of it, and then putting in place the new one. Because before a new system can be put in place, the old one has to be destroyed. Trump knows this, Putin knows this, everybody knows this, and that's what the good guys are working on doing. And so there's chess moves that have to be made. So that's kind of where we're going. Remember, it's all bringing us one step closer to a few things: a completely new financial system, and a completely war-free world. We're moving towards world peace. So that is what's going on there. In crypto news, let's see. The only thing that I would say in crypto news would be that the criminal aspect of that type of thing is gonna, what's happening in the real world is also going to it's also going to translate into the crypto world. So just be aware there are some crypto projects that, bad guys doing really bad things are going to be, exposed and kind of, called out. And that's a good thing for us. We need the cryptos to be clean. We don't need them to be tainted, and we don't need the bad guys involved in them doing shady stuff. So this is all a good thing. It's not a surprising thing. So don't let that ruin your view on crypto, because crypto is the future of money. That's where we're going. And that's where we're moving into. So there's a lot of mouthpieces that are speaking up right now about poo-pooing on crypto and Bitcoin and just different, the same people. Jordan Belfort's the Wolf of Wall Street, and anytime you see that guy or some of the other known mouthpieces, it's an attempt, it's a suppression attempt right now, because of where everything's going. Right now is an accumulation period. The big money is buying into crypto right now, not through the exchanges, obviously, because that's where the price that we're seeing. But the big money is buying into crypto right now, and will continue for the next period of time. And eventually, the suppression is going to be lifted a little bit, and crypto is going to do what we all know it's going to do, and that's going to mean that's go through the roof. So. Again, not investment advice, just what I'm doing, my opinion on things. Now is a great time to get involved if you're not familiar with what to do or how to get involved. I've got a training program on that. It's called Getting Into the Game of Bitcoin. It'll walk you through everything you need to know to get started, to educate you on what you need to know to actually start the process. And so if you're interested in that, come join us in our group. I don't know, there's probably a link below the YouTube video. If you're in the group, there's a link in the pinned post to a training series that will walk you through everything you need to know. So there you go. That is it for today's show. I'm giving away some free Litecoin. The instructions of how to claim it will be in the description of the YouTube video. The code word that you need whenever you send me your wallet ID, the code word for the next for this contest is reboot, REBOOT. That is the code word that you'll need. Send that along with your wallet ID to my email address. The instructions are in the video below the YouTube description. And so if you guys need anything else, let me know, and we'll see you on the next show. I'll be back tomorrow. So that being said, it says start a new share. I don't want to do that. I want to stop the existing one. That being said, you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.